We are here talking with Juli Inkster, three-time captain of the Solheim Cup, uh, won some majors. You've just done just about everything in golf there is to do. Welcome to Back Nine Report TV.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here.
Let's start off talking a little bit about Solheim Cup. That's been a big part of your life the last 6 years. You've done it 3 times. You said you're not going to do it anymore. 2 wins. Had the great competition at Glen Eagles this year. Europe was successful in that, but it was close all the way.
It was. I mean, we had 6 rookies on the team, and they all played great. It just came down to a putt here and there, but the way my team played, especially on Saturday with the weather was so bad, it was great for women's golf. It looked like we were going to win, then it looked like we were going to lose, and then it looked like we were going to win. So it's kind of just back and forth. And, Suzanne made that great putt, but, it came down to that. But, there was a lot of golf in between that, we could have gone one way or the other. So, but I think it was great for women's golf.
We were talking earlier today with Laura Davies, and the Ladies European Tour seems to be in such a state of flux. But we really need the Ladies European Tour to be strong to keep the Solheim Cup strong. And we were talking to Laura about what they might do to help grow that tour. I know Michael Wan has offered help from the LPGA Tour side of things. And what can we do to get the European Tour, the Ladies European Tour, vibrant? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, most of the players play over here. In fact, I don't think there was one player on their team that they all play on the LPGA. So it's not like we're playing against Europe. We're basically playing the LPGA Europeans against the LPGA Americans. So it's just like with anything. It's all about sponsorship. It's all about growing the game of women's golf. And until these companies start supporting women and women's golf, we're going to be struggling. So, hopefully it turns around, because a lot of great players have come up through the European Tour, and a lot of Americans go over there and play and try to hone their game, and they come back over here. But, they definitely need a game plan over there.
You, 7 major victories, 30 top 10s in major championships. You always seem to play some of your best golf in the majors on courses where par seems to be important.
Well, I grew up at a golf course called Pasatiempo in Santa Cruz. It's in Alistair McKenzie, and it's a really hard golf course, and I think that's why I probably play hard golf course well. I kind of just learned to grind it out, and like you said, par is your friend. And if I shot even par around Pasatiempo, I had a great round. So it's probably in my DNA a little bit.
Your first win came in 1983 at Safeco. You beat Kathy Whitworth, who's happened to win a few tournaments along the way. Was that the time that you kind of knew that you could hang with the LPGA Tour players?
Well, I got my card at the end of '83. I played in 5 tournaments. I think it was my 3rd one. I won. The weather was horrible. I think I came from 9 shots back. I think I shot 70 the last day. It was probably one of the worst weather days I've played in, and I've played in a lot. So, I just kind of, again, grinded it out and had a good score, and was able to come away with a win. But 84 was really my first full year, and I won 2 majors that year, and just kind of established myself a little bit.
You're still very competitive when you tee it up, even on the regular LPGA Tour. You're playing here this week in the Senior LPGA Championship at French Lick. Pretty difficult golf course here.
It is. You got to drive the ball well. They're kind of greens or quadrant greens where you got to hit it on the right quadrant to really have a chance at a birdie. So, ball striking is going to be a main thing here. So we'll just see how it goes.
You do part-time work now for Fox for broadcasting, do some announcing for them. As you sit back now and watch these young women come on tour and what they're able to do coming out of college, they seem to have complete games and very competitive and win right off the bat at a young age. What amazes you most about these young women?
Well, it's really a power game right now. It's kind of like on the men's tour. I mean, they all hit the ball really far. Most of the girls, I think on my Solheim team, I think only 4 of them went to college, and most of them just come right out of AJGA or playing over on the Korean tour or the Asian tour or Symetra tour. They just go from high school to golf, and they're just polished. They have great technique. They've all had great teaching and coaching and the use of video and TrackMans and all that stuff. So they all have really technical golf swings that there's not a lot that can go wrong.
You, through your career, you got to play with some of the best names ever in the women's game. I'll just give you a few here. Nancy Lopez, Betsy King, Kathy Whitworth, Pat Bradley, Rosie Jones, Beth Daniels, Dottie Pepper, Annika, and, of course, Lorena Ochoa. If you had to have the perfect foursome of the really competitive women you've played with that you would like to compete against, who would that be?
I had to say Lorena would be up there. Annika would be up there. And, I'd probably have to put Beth Daniel up there. I mean, there's 3 solid ball strikers, great players. And Annika, she's just, she was like a robot out there, just fairways and greens. She was an impressive player.
Julie, thank you so much for taking a minute to come and talk to us. I know you're getting ready for a practice round here today, and we really appreciate taking time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.